Well, hello my darlings, and welcome back to our channel. I am so glad you are here. Today, on day 13 of Amourfest, I am going to show you how to create a double paned shadow box that commemorates one of my finest wishes. I sure hope you'll stay tuned. Here are the supplies you will need for today's project. I will place a link of these items in the description box below with direct links to each for your shopping convenience. Here are the tools you will be needing for today's project. Today you will need your hot glue gun, a permanent glue, any strong adhesive of your choosing, and a scissors. Now let's get crafting. Now we are going to be using 6 of these Dollar Tree frames to build up our shadow box. And in an effort to adhere these together, we are going to go in with our recipe of a permanent glue and a hot glue. That permanent glue, of course, curing over time, while our hot glue is going to give us our right now adhesion so that we can continue working. I am going to place, or have placed, a few bullets of that permanent glue, and then on top of that, in an alternating fashion, I'm going to place a few dollops of that hot glue on the frame as well. Once I have finished placing my foundation of glues, I'm going to take another frame, I'm going to set it on top of it, make sure I'm joining edge to edge and corner to corner, and once I've found my placement, I'm going to apply some pressure and set it to dry for a few moments. Now that our shadow box is built up all the way, except of course for our final cover, what I'm showing you here is that I'm using a different design as I have had in the past. And what I'm doing here, instead of closing up the back with that black cardboard, I'm actually using 2 paned windows so that you will be able to see through and through our shadow box. Now, of course, we're not going to put on our final pane until we have placed our miniatures inside, but what I'm showing you now is that I have taken the back of those frames, or the cardboard backing that comes with those frames, and I have cut them out based on the measurements of the width and the length of those empty spaces. Once you have gotten all of the cardboard slats that you are going to need to line the inside of your shadow box, all you are going to do is simply take your hot glue, apply some hot glue along the ribs of those frames, and then slide that cardboard slat onto those ribs, apply some pressure, and allow it to set for a while. Now, if you notice, you can see that there is a piece of that cardboard hanging off, and that is so that when we place our final frame, the frame is going to sit flush with that cardboard, giving it an entirely finished look. So here is our shadow box with all of our sides lined with that black cardboard backing. Now, what we're going to do here is take some of these pebbles and we are going to create kind of like the cobblestone streets of Paris, if you will. Now, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to show you here is I'm actually putting the glue on the stone, and then while trying not to burn myself, I'm trying to turn the stone over to set it down into place, and I'm sorry that you can't see this. But what I realized after I was continuing this off camera is that it would have been easy to place the glue on the cardboard box and then sit the stone in it. And so I am going to continue building up my cobblestone street by placing my glue and then placing my stones off camera. I am actually going to use some Dollar Tree moss as well to create a path also, and then when I come back you'll see how I was able to get that all situated. So here is our shadow box with our cobblestone streets, and my daughter gave me this beautiful idea, thank you honey, to print some pictures and place them on the side and the top of our shadow box. So the look we are going here is for a spring day in Paris, France, where two people are sitting down and falling in love over a cup of tea. Now what we're going to do here is the fun part, and I'm showing you the miniatures that I'm going to be working with today. A flowered arch which I'm going to sit over our grass path, and a bistro table, 2 chairs, and a bike. And all I'm doing here is simply placing some hot glue on the legs of that arch, finding the correct placement on the stone that is going to give me a flat seat or flat place, applying some pressure and then allowing it to dry. Off camera, I'm going to go ahead and place my bike under my arch, my 2 chairs, and my table. So here's our display box so far with our miniatures having been placed inside, and I went ahead and I closed our shadow box using the same technique that we used to put them together, a dabbing of that permanent glue as well as the foundation of our hot glue, and then closing the box. What I'm going to show you now is how we're going to wrap our box in this bright pink fuchsia ribbon, and then we're going to add another layer of ribbon, that teal blue, to pick up the teals and the blues that are in our skyline as well as the decor in the box. And to do this, I'm simply going to go in with a foundation of hot glue and making sure to use your silicone fingers, my darlings, which I will place a link for those in the description box below. I'm going to press that ribbon into that glue and allow it to set for a few seconds before I continue to lay more glue and pull and tug on that ribbon. I'm going to use the same process for our blue ribbon, and I'll be back to show you our next step. Now here is our shadow box that we have lined with our fuchsia and blue ribbon, and the final thing we're going to do to embellish this is quite simply go in with a series of diamond wrap that is going to pick up once again on the blues and the pinks of our decor on the inside. And to do this, all I'm going to do is place my teal on the frame itself and use the pinks to go in on that glass, so we're not picking up on the edge of the paper and the cardboard, as you can see right there. And to lay this, all I'm going to do is place some hot glue in the corner of my frame, sit the diamond wrap into that glue, allow it to set for a few seconds because that is going to be the anchor for our diamond wrap, and then I'm going to go in with a few more bullets and drag my diamond wrap, lay my diamond wrap into that glue and allow it to set for a few seconds. I will continue this process off camera with the rest of my blue and pink diamond wrap. I will clean this up of any glue fronds that there are, and then I will stage it and return to show you what our finished project looks like. Here you have it, my darlings, our double paned love in Paris shadow box. Isn't this absolutely Danie gorgeous? Listen, when I was a young adult, I always dreamed of visiting Paris with a loved one. Albeit it hasn't happened yet, but hey, a girl can dream, can she not? I think, however, I would have to say that my absolute favorite part of this project would have to be the decor, or rather I should say the scenery that we have placed on the two side panels as well as on the top panel. And hear me when I say this, guys, please do me the favor of giving my daughter Doe some love in the comment section below, because this was her idea. It was not mine. That part is her creativity through and through, and I think she needs some props for that. But second to that, or rather I should say in conjunction with our side panels, my other favorite part of this project would have to be the fact that the shadow box is not closed in, but is actually doubled paned, meaning you can see straight through and through this piece, as we did not use that black cardboard to close it up in the back. Well, my darlings, I think I will have to say that we have nailed yet another project, and to be honest, I think this has to be one of my favorites for this Amourfest 2019. Well, I thank you for tuning in today for day 13, and I look forward to seeing you next time for Amourfest 2019 day 14. Until then, my darlings, I say, please, please, please take care of yourselves for me. Know that I love you all. Bye now.
If you're impressed with what you see, feel free to like and subscribe.